I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for the support on my Persona 5 Rail review. Um, the watch time looks pretty decent. I got 10 likes within like a day. Some actual thought out comments that were fun to reply to. So I appreciate that. And also I want to try to stop doing this little intro thing. It was kind of fun, cool. But I liked my initial kind of emotion of the beginning of reviews to start reflecting on the reviews are going to go. I don't know, just mixing it up, I guess. I'll probably forget and still do the intro. But anyway, today we're reviewing Torchlight 2. Torchlight 2 is a Diablo kind of like, well, it's pretty much a Diablo clone. Came out the same year as Diablo 3, which is an action RPG, an ARPG, and it's got a top-down view, kind of a bird's eye view, third person, almost kind of like, and you basically it's a looting game. It's a loot grind game. Not much of a story, even less than Diablo here. The cutscenes are very kind of comic book looking and not great. I really don't even remember what the story was about. I mean, well, I know actually. It was story was chasing down a mad alchemist, which was the mage from the first game, which my brother told me. I played this game co-op with my brother. He bought it. Shout out to him. It was pretty fun. About a 20-hour, 19-hour experience. Um, and I think it's got 4 or 5 acts. And yeah, it's just an action RPG in which you go, you grind, you get loot, get new weapons. I played as the mage, so I had double wands instead of one long staff. My brother was the tank engineer guy. He ended up having a sword and shield, I think. So yeah, that was our team. And we played this game on Veteran, actually. It's one of the games I played on harder difficulty. Just like Diablo, because Diablo, when we played it, was extremely easy, even at the highest difficulty. This game actually had some challenge to it, so there's a plus. I hope you guys didn't hear that loud-ass car. But, yes, the game is a little bit more challenging than Diablo at higher difficulty. But that also could be because the abilities, every time you level up, you get some abilities, kinda. It's not as great as Diablo. This game isn't as good as Diablo 3. If you're just bored and want another type of game, here's a Diablo clone. But I would get Diablo 3 over this. But this is cool. It has some of its own things. Like, it has pets. You choose a pet in the beginning of the game. You can feed it. And it has fishing, in which you kind of fish, and then you can feed your pet any of the fish you get, and it'll change whatever the fuck it is. It'll literally turn into something else. You can go from a panda to a mole beast, or a spider, or a giant crab. Literally, it's weird shit. Some things he just gives it buffs like crit chance and shit. Anyway, the loot in general, it changes your look. Some of the looks looked okay. Nothing really stood out to me though. Diablo had better armor sets, better looking weapons, and then the loot variety itself. Me and my brother kept getting shit that was only for classes that we weren't. Like, we were the mage class, the ember mage class, and the engineer. We kept getting shit for like the berserker and the gunslinger or whatever. Like, it was not kept, like, you would get other stuff for yourself, but the game likes giving you legendary items for other characters more than I liked to remember. Diablo didn't do that shit. Also, the way you trade with your friend, me and my brother, like, to trading, I mean, you could trade, but in Diablo, it used to be able to drop a loot, and your friend could pick it up right in front of you. The game doesn't have shared loot, I guess, in a sense. And it's even weird when you trade items sometimes, like, the traded item will change as you trade it. I don't know if it was a bug or something, but it happened multiple times. I know this game was, it was cool. It just wasn't very memorable. Bleak in design in some areas, even though it is, different in each stage per se. Very large areas. The game's got a lot of depth to it. You can play it for a while if you love these type of addictive, grindy, loot fulfilling games. That isn't like pay to win or something. It's just you play, get better loot, you level up. You can get to like level 100. I think we only got to like level 50 by the time we beat the game. We did most of the side stuff we could, but overall it is kind of a meek experience. I almost thought about giving this game a slightly above average, but I remember the music being alright. That's another thing on my chest. But I think overall I'll give this game a 7 out of 10. Final verdict, throwing it out there. It was a pleasant experience. Not too memorable, but it was fun. I'd rather play this than most 6 out of 10s that I give. I was looking at my list of 6s. I'm trying to think what else there was. I remember some of the gear I got stuck with was actually pretty ugly, which sucks when that happens, but it was good gear. Yeah, you get weapons with stats and armor with stats, all different type of charms and boost, and you could put gems on your stuff to enchant them and give it even more stuff. It's just one of those typical games. I guess I should stop rambling on here. Not too much of an in-depth review, but it is literally a Diablo clone. Go watch my Diablo 3 review, and then come here if you want, or vice versa. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out. See you guys in the next video. 7 out of 10 here.